So fellas, you're probably here, you're like, Jenna, and ladies, Jenna, I don't know which Mancera Cedrat Boise I want to go with. Do I go with the original or do I go with the intense version? Don't worry, that's what I'm here for. Come back and we'll discuss it, but you gotta come back. Come back. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video of Smell Good with Jenna. I'm, of course, Jenna. Thank you so much for stopping by. You know what you have to do. Like, comment, follow, and subscribe. So I decided to make this video. I know this fragrance has been out for so long and there's so many different fragrances, but, you know, I noticed a lot of men reviewing this particular fragrance, and just give sometimes it's nice to hear what a woman thinks. It's a unisex fragrance, Mancera Cedrat Boise, but I find it's more masculine leaning, so that's why you see more men gravitating to that one. But of course, ladies, we can rock whatever too. Doesn't matter, and fellas too. But I've seen a lot of comments and videos and what have you in regards to which one someone should go with. So I wanted to throw my hat in there and give my opinion on the difference between the two, like ultimately a buying guide. And if you're having a hard time on deciding which one to go with, that's what I'm here for. So which one is it that you should go with? Come closer. Go whichever one you want. Nah? Huh?
What?
I know that doesn't help, but the reason why I say that, because there's really not too much of a big difference between the two. With the OG version, you get a little bit more citrusness, but with the intense version, you get a little bit more woodsy, a darker note a little bit, but it's not too much of a difference, where just the intense version is just a little bit more amped up. So by the way, I just sprayed this with my decant, so if you're wondering why I'm holding test strips, it's because I just sprayed it. But yeah, you can't go wrong with either one. I'll discuss the notes, or some of the notes rather, for the OG version. You have in the top some Sicilian lemon, black currant, cold spices. In the middle, you have aquatic jasmine, and in the base, you have cedar, leather, sandalwood. I can smell, these are all the different scents I can actually smell when I smell the OG version. It comes off very citrusy, like I mentioned. Cold spices, I find that interesting because in the intense version, and I'll discuss it right now, you have Sicilian citruses, so it's not just Sicilian lemon, but Sicilian citruses, black currant, and you have hot spices. In the middle, same thing, you have leather, jasmine, some oud, and in the base, you have vanilla pods, oak moss, and a couple other things. I mentioned the hot spices and the cold spices. I don't know, walk with me with this. I don't know if this makes sense. I'm not a perfumer. But the cold spices in the OG version, I'm assuming it makes it a little bit lighter. So where it's a little bit, you can wear it for the warmer weathers, whereas opposed to the hot spices, warm you up in the cold. So that's the kind of difference in regards to what you're smelling. I don't know if I made this up, or if that even sounds right, but go with me with that, right? That's what I feel, because when I smell the OG version and then I smell the intense, although again I mentioned there's not too much of a difference, I do smell, in the sense, if I wanted to pull off something for a specific season, I can see how this, I mentioned, is a little bit more woodsier. It's darker. It seems, and a little bit heavier, where I would probably gravitate and wear that in colder weathers. Where this one, I find this is more warmer, but still, at the end of the day, you can wear it throughout the year. So ultimately, when it comes down to it, it really is the price. As I mentioned, the OG version is more citrusy, whereas the intense version is woodsier. But to make that distinction of which one I should get, it's not that much of a difference. So when it comes to pricing, I wrote it down. For the OG, the 4-ounce one, the 120 ml is $180, whereas the Intense is $200. And if you want to go for the 60 ml, you have it's $105 compared to $115. But as we know, if you getting into fragrances, we know that a lot of these niche fragrances and designer you can find on discounter sites for well under $100. Specifically with the OG version, you can find it anywhere between $60 to $80. So if you ask me my opinion, which one I would go with, I'd probably go with the OG version of Mancera's Cedrat Boise, just because I gravitate to that one a smidge more. And for pricing, 70 some odd dollars compared to spending an extra 30 is always going to be the way to go. So that's my opinion in regards to that. But you may like the fact that the Intense version is darker. It has that oud that I can smell in there and woodsier. But you can't go wrong with either one. It's a beautiful scent that you can wear throughout the year and smell good. So thank you so much for watching my video. If you haven't already, go ahead and like, comment, follow, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the two. Do you own it? What's your opinion in regards to the difference between them? Let me know. And always remember, the best compliment one can get is that you smell so good.